Oh, what another fun day in the crypto market. I'm sure you guys are carrying the same sentiment as me. It's another bloody 24 hours, another red day to begin. And it's all getting really old. It feels like something right now is truly broken in the crypto space and has been since all the way back on October 10th. There's a lot of PTSD still floating around. This actually led us to a point where over the last 24 hours, we saw the 5th largest day in crypto history. And on another note, saw the 2nd largest day in crypto history. And we need to have a discussion about all these different things that are going on right now, just so everybody is up to speed with where we're at. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So ADA right now, at the time of filming this video, is floating around 40 cents. It's a range that we talked about potentially taking place. I didn't think it would happen until around November 30th, December 1st, if things got ugly in the crypto market. But apparently the market got a bug up its butt and decided, hey, let's just shoot to the downside. And here we sit. And I know that some people are right now annoyed with the performance of ADA, are not enjoying these prices. And I get it. Look around the crypto market. Everything right now is kind of shitting the bed again today. Here's the thing. Not a single asset in the top 100 is green over the last 24 hours. So what you're seeing, and I guess if you could say stables, right? A 0.02% slight depegs there happening. But what you're seeing right now is max fear, max pain, people capitulating, crying, complaining. But really the big thing we're dealing with right now, guys, in the market is one, BTC is kind of, I don't want to even say cratering, but it's having really ugly consecutive days. BTC has dropped actually down about 5% today, and it was down 5.43% yesterday. And actually just since November 11th, it's down over 20%. That is an ugly 10 days. And of course, the rest of the market is reeling because of that. This is the same thing that we saw back here in late February, as we had the largest exchange hack in crypto history. It's kind of having the same effect on the space, but it's even, I guess it's even worse, you could say. And why I'm saying that is, oh, look at this, another big day of leverage liquidations, $1.88 billion in long leverage liquidations in the crypto market. This is the 5th largest day of liquidations in crypto history. Now, I guess the silver lining to this is, look what's left. Not a whole lot. And this is why we are losing right now and are continuing to lose, because people are betting against 30 times the amount of short leverage as long leverage in the space. This is why spot right now is more important than ever. This is also why it seems like this is a range somewhere around where we're at now that the market could finally start to flip around and move the opposite direction. Because guess what? If there's no longs to liquidate and people aren't capitulating, it's hard to move price down, right? And I think we've gotten down to a point now where a lot of people are just comfortable. I don't want to say comfortable, content to sit on their bags and wait for what comes next. But here's the thing. Even the news that we got yesterday is news that is good for the markets long term. So we did have a spike on the jobs numbers. It was up to 119,000 jobs added in September. Remember, this is the September report. Which would mark the largest period in a while. And some people freaked out about that. But what people need to understand is that basically this back half of the year, people were coasting. They weren't really doing a whole lot. They didn't feel the pressure. They're feeling the pressure now. People are having to pick up second jobs. So of course, jobs numbers are up. It's not really surprising. I would obviously expect jobs numbers to be down with the government shutdown. It caused a lot of uncertainty, a lot of layoffs taking place. Couldn't think of the word. And what we saw during this time, too, was unemployment went up to 4.4% from 4.3%. So this right now is showing you that the Fed is going to have to cut rates in December. And yet that's a promising sign for the market, but the market sold off, right? The two aren't necessarily clicking. In fact, what we saw over the last 24 hours is the likelihood of an interest rate decrease jump all the way up to 43.4% from down at the low range of 30%. Of which it was at. All right. So that's basically the news from yesterday. And yet the market is still dumping. We're still having capitulating. All right. So that's kind of really what we're fighting against right now. Now, a few other things here, and I'm doing this a little bit different because I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, here's the other thing. This is one more thing we were dealing with yesterday. We actually saw $903 million in outflows from institutional exchanges yesterday. It's covered up by my box here, unfortunately. This is the second largest unload day in crypto history. All right. The largest unload day that we had was, go figure, back in late February on the news of the largest exchange hack in crypto history. That was a day of $1.14 billion in outflows. This week, second largest week in crypto history. Again, the only week larger was, lo and behold, the week of the largest exchange hack in crypto history. The monthly candles. This is I need to hide my box because you guys need to be able to see this. This is the largest month of institutional unloads in crypto history. Now, the promising sign is that following that, it tends to move the opposite direction. Although the following month of March from February was still an unload month, the market started to at least bottom and begin to move the opposite direction. Their bags did the same thing. So it seems like right now we've been dealing with kind of this major liquidation, major capitulation event from institutional money, at least, that has extended from October into November. And we're just kind of feeling essentially the fallout from that, right? And it sucks. And some people have really talked about this. Tom Lee said the real reason BTC and ETH have bled since October 10th is the massive liquidation shock that crippled market makers. A stablecoin mispricing triggered ADL across exchanges, wiping out nearly 2 million accounts and left makers short on capital, shrinking liquidity ever since. When liquidity dries up, every dip feels worse than it really is. In 2022, it took 8 weeks to flush out. We're 6 weeks in now. This isn't a new bear market. It's the lag effect of a huge liquidation event unwinding in slow motion. When liquidity normalizes, crypto usually snaps back fast. So that's at least his take on what's going on. Obviously, we're dealing with a lot of FUD surrounding strategy right now. They actually made a post late yesterday, which I think was actually very good for people to hear. At current BTC levels, we have 71 years of dividend coverage, assuming price stays flat. And any BTC appreciation beyond 1.41% a year fully offsets our annual dividend obligations. So here's basically what they're saying is if BTC drops another 50%, well, then they can only cover 20, 30 years of dividends. So people are basically blowing these things way out of proportion. They're overreacting to everything going on in the crypto market. And it feels like we've seen some of these times before in the space, right? I don't know, back here in 2025, back here in mid 2024. It seems like everything, again, between leverage and people just overreacting to the smallest pieces of news, that's kind of where we're at right now. Sentiment is garbage, all right? And I don't mean to be so abrupt with this, but it's getting really old. People need to stop freaking the hell out and understand the long-term vision for where crypto is headed. That's not gone away, right? Adoption is something that is going to happen, all right? Crypto and blockchain adoption, even if retail isn't the next to move the markets, the big enterprises, the governments, the institutions are going to do exactly that. And this is, again, while retail is going to be stuck fudding themselves out of their positions. And again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. You can do whatever you want, but it's just so annoying that we're just continually seeing this over and over and over again. This simply, guys, is a repeat of what we saw in 2024, in 2023, what we saw earlier in 2025. It's just the same manipulation and overreaction. And unfortunately, we just got to sit and wait through it. Here's what I will say is ADA right now being at about 40 cents. This is a range that it could bounce off of. Okay. I'm not trying to get too hopeful here. This isn't my hopium or anything like that. This is actually this was a strong resistance point back here in late 2023. It was a strong resistance point back here in late 2024. It should be a strong support. We have bounced off of this before. Unfortunately, a lot of times as we've done as we've gotten down to these ranges, we've had big negative events taking place that have kind of caused, again, more fear in the crypto market. But we'll see what happens. If we don't hold this, next stop is 34 cents. It's not fun to say that, but that's what the charts are showing us. We could be going lower if this continues. At least with a lot of that leverage out of the way, it makes things a little bit easier to digest. Heading into the weekend, that might slow things down as well, but we'll see how today goes. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.